Hello, it is I, unlike Pluto, and welcome to Ghost Garden's album commentary by yours truly, me. By the way, before we start, this is the Ghost Garden's hat in stores now, if you want to get it. This is the t-shirt, and it has a cute little ghost. And the back. So let's just begin. Surprise! I switched to the beanie. Sorry to scare anyone here. Okay, so Ghost Gardens is by far the most successful independent streaming album thus far. So I want to thank each and every one of you listening to it and streaming it every week and coming to all the YouTube videos and commenting and being with me, the Plutonians of this community, which is us, the Plutonians. Yes. So thank you, I love you, and let us begin. So the first song is Rip Me Apart. Rip Me Apart is actually one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. It's one of my favorite choruses. The melody to the chorus actually took me 3 to 4 days. I forgot exactly, but it was a lot of renditions of me just trying to figure out how I wanted the chorus to start versus like keep going. So Rip Me Apart, I'm really proud of it. I love it. Rip Me Apart is actually very simple, as most of the songs on this album are. Very simple in meaning. Rip Me Apart is about my time in the music industry, just constantly being ripped apart, being thrown into storms, not knowing what is going on, but eventually putting yourself back together and just keep going, and just keep going. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in, it doesn't matter what your career is. This typically happens with most people, and I think it's very, very relatable. And you'll go through a lot in your life. Things will happen to you. You'll have your own storm, as I had mine, and you'll be also ripped apart. But let's put ourselves back together and let's keep going, because we are Plutonians, and Plutonians never give up. We are the Plutonians. Plutonians. Dig is the second song on the album. The meaning is really simple. It's sometimes I personally wish people just took a little bit more time to dig a little deeper into me, who I am, to get to know me. Because in my opinion, no human on earth is surface level. You're never gonna meet someone for 5 minutes and be like, I know that person, I like them. You have to dig a little deeper to get to know anyone in this world. And I wish more people in my life did that for me. And in the past. In my opinion, everyone in the world has something cool and interesting about them, but you have to dig a little deeper to find out what that is. I wish more people wrote about this topic. I wish more people talked about this. Gave people a chance, get to know people, respect people. Not one person is more important than another person. We're all the same, love each other, respect each other, and dig a little deeper. Fun fact about Dig, right before I got sick in January of this year, I sang the chorus to the song, like 2 days before. And I didn't feel like singing it. I was like, I'll just sing it later in the week. But I sang it, and I'm glad that I did. It was so clutch because I was so sick. I don't know if it was COVID or the flu, but it was probably both at the same time. And I watched Friden, couch ridden, and then I crawled to the studio and I just worked on the rest of the song. So so yes, dig a little deeper. This video is brought to you, oh my God! A quick word from our sponsor. A quick word from our sponsor, Ghost Gardens, merch available now. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. The third song on Ghost Gardens is Tremor. Tremor is different from all of the other songs on Ghost Gardens in one way. I did not have the meaning before I started the song, which is very rare for me. I love having the meaning and the essence of the song. I like thinking about it before I really dive into a song. Sorry about the hands. I'm Persian. With Tremor, I was just playing the piano for like 20, 30 minutes. I was just really I was closing my eyes, I was jamming. And then the lyric, sometimes I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, just popped out. And honestly, it's because I had so many things going on, like musically, in my life personally. Cosmo, please don't bark. Cosmo, don't bark. So when you have too many things going on in your life, it just all it adds up, and then it multiplies. It starts multiplying, and then you don't know you feel like everything is on your shoulders, and you don't know what to do. Like you'll do nothing. I personally, when I have too many things going on, I just do nothing. I just play video games, or I sit down, and I'm like, yo, man, I don't, you know. To summarize Tremor, to make it very simple, it's just about being really stressed, about having too many things going on to a point where you just don't know how to handle it or process it. So Tremor's a very emotional song, very relatable song, and yes. The fourth song on Ghost Gardens is called Lethal Poetry. Lethal Poetry is actually a demo from late 2021 that I wrote instrumentally. I had vocal parts written to it, but I scratched all of it because I wanted the last song that I wrote for Ghost Gardens to be fun. I wanted a really cool guitar riff, and I heard that in my demo folder, and I was like, that is cool. So I decided to gut all the vocals and just redo everything. Yes. So technically, Lethal Poetry was supposed to be on Pixelated Oblivion, but it's on Ghost Gardens. Lethal Poetry is about people that bottle up all their emotions. They bottle up, and then out of nowhere, they'll explode. And I wrote this about my experience with people that have done that to me. Yeah, I called it Lethal Poetry because it's verbally a lot what people can say to you and how it affects you. And I also want to note that besides Stay in Decay, this is my favorite guitar riff that I've ever written. For any of my metal, rock, electronic songs, I would say this is my favorite guitar riff. It's catchy. It's cool. The fifth song on Ghost Gardens is called Lost Inside. Lost Inside is the hardest chorus I've ever had to sing in any of these songs because I'm hitting a B flat, technically not in my range, so I really had to struggle to get there. But when I finally was able to sing it, it was so satisfying. So I love how it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this chorus because it was hard. Lost Inside is about feeling off for a few weeks to a few months. Like you feel like something is wrong with you. You don't feel like yourself. You feel off. Something is off with yourself. And you can't tell if it's you or it's everyone around you, you know, like placing blame to everyone around you. I love the line in the hook because I think it was creative. Is it me or is it everyone around me? Is it me or is everyone around me lost inside? Because like now you're saying, is it me or are we all just lost inside? You know what I'm saying? But I like the song a lot. It's very relatable. And it is also one of those songs that I've noticed that people created their own meanings to it, which I love. Also, people did that with Misery, and we'll get to that. That is song number 9, so we'll get to that soon. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It is me, unlike Pluto. Yes. The sixth song on Ghost Gardens is called Flutter. And Flutter is about this visceral feeling that you get when you get to know someone. This feeling of comfort, familiarity. I cannot put it into words. It's like this feeling that I think is deep rooted in our childhood and stuff that we've all been through personally in our own lives. And there's like this, when you meet someone, sometimes you're like, I feel like I've known you forever. That's what Flutter's about. Flutter's about meeting that person or even a place. It could be anything in your life, that a smell that brings you back or just like makes you feel this visceral familiarity thing. So that's what I tried to do with Flutter, was describe this feeling. And sometimes, like, you know, when someone asks you, hey, why do you like this? Like, why do you like this person so much? You can't explain it sometimes. You're like, it's just, I have a feeling. It's like my gut feeling. But it's more complicated than that. I think it's, again, like it's deep rooted in who you are as a person in your childhood. So Flutter is about that. I also want to talk about, there are certain feelings that words can't describe. That I think music is its own language and can attempt to describe these things, to make people feel a certain way. And I tried to do that with Flutter. So I hope you enjoyed Flutter. Let me know in the comments what your favorite song is. Sponsored by Ghost Gardens and Cosmo. Cosmo's sitting right here. You can't see him, but he's sitting. The seventh song on this album is called Fragile Skin of Me. Fragile Skin of Me is about me being sensitive. Okay, I'm sensitive. I'm a sensey. Sensey. It's about how words can cut deep. With me personally, there are certain people in my life and certain topics that I'll take personally, and it will hurt me. I will go home and be like, damn, like, oh. The song is also about awareness, bringing awareness to be careful with how you say things to people, what you say to people. Everyone's been through certain things. People could be going through certain things. So just be careful, be respectful, be mindful. Unless they eat cereal with water. Then you have my permission. Just joking. But, fun fact, that was too energetic. Fun fact, Fragile Skin in Me was actually the song in Ghost Gardens that it changed the vocal direction slightly for the rest of the album. Because I think I wrote this in February, or was it January? I forgot which one. But I did the harmony in the pre-chorus of this when I said always suffering. And that kind of created the color, the texture of the rest of the album. So, the 8th song on Ghost Gardens is called Is It Victory? Is It Victory is about the people in this world that will win no matter what, no matter the cost of the people around them, the relationships in their life, or anything. They just want to win, they want to get that bag. I personally went through this a few times in my music career, and I just have been very confused on how people can be so heartless. Just care about the people around you. I get it, you want your bag, like get your money, but don't let it affect the people around you negatively. Fun fact, Is It Victory was actually supposed to be on a video game focused EP on another label, but the label actually dissolved. And yeah, so it didn't happen. There is a few more songs actually on this album that was supposed to be on that. Also, it's one of the couple reasons why Ghost Gardens took so long to finish. And yeah. The 9th song on Ghost Gardens is called Misery. Misery was inspired by Beauty and the Beast. It's one of my favorite movies as a kid. And I always thought about it on how the phrase misery loves company. And I get it's talking about people that are miserable and want to pull them into the darkness with them. But I wanted to kind of like flip that phrase from a meaning perspective. I wanted to flip it. Whenever I am miserable, I want to be alone. I don't want anyone near me. I don't want to spread this misery. I just want to be alone and eat breakfast burritos and watch anime and play video games and play piano and guitar. So that is what the song is about. I noticed a lot of people on the YouTube video did not understand this meaning, so I try to explain it, but I apologize. This is what the song is about. It's about me personally when I'm miserable. I don't want to be around anyone. I just want to be alone and to myself and be, yes. Fun fact about Misery, I could not for the life of me get this damn chorus. I couldn't get it. I loved the topic. I was so confident in the topic. And I had a melody originally, but it wasn't, when I recorded it it didn't work. And I wanted to talk about this because if you're an artist or anyone who has an idea that you really believe in, just don't give up on it. Don't. Because I did not give up on this song. And then out of nowhere, My Misery Hates, it just popped in there when I was in the booth. And yeah, I just didn't give up, and Misery turned out to be an awesome song that I'm really proud of. So don't give up on your dreams. The 10th song on the album is called One on One. One on One is about how some people in your life only like it when you're below them or when you're failing, not when you're succeeding. There are people like that. It's also partially about the people that are competitive with you. That there are friends in your life that are just unnecessarily competitive with you and try to one-up you on everything that you do. And it's just not the case, at least for me. I just want to chill. I want to support everyone. I want everyone to be successful. So that is what, yes. Couple fun facts about One on One. First one is, this was the first song of Ghost Gardens, technically. But during that time, I was writing, sorry for my hands, listen, it's a Persian thing. During that time, I was in a lot of sessions, and I was writing, and still am, writing for other albums, collaboration albums, that I will not say the name of. Also for this song, I tried to use unorthodox sounds in it for the lead parts and not just guitar or piano. There's actually a saxophone sample from the 60s that's just a one shot. I used that as the lead in the post-chorus. So, yes. I'm realizing now that I'm recording this is a lot of songs. Whew. Okay, number 12, Glory. Glory is about missing an older version of yourself that you think is better than who you are today. Either more successful or, just an overall better person. Can be in different facets of your life. This song was also intended for that video game-esque EP, which, fun fact, did not go through. The 13th song on the album, Black Lotus. Black Lotus was, for every album, I like to have a couple of songs where I really experiment with the sound. And Black Lotus was intended to be trap mixed with grunge. At least my old trap elements from like the EDM days back in 2013. I tried to infuse grunge, acoustic grunge, like early 90s grunge with trap drums. The post-chorus, the drop to the song was something more along the lines of what I used to do back in 2015, 2016. So this song was a nice break from all the other ones with the big choruses and hard-hitting stuff, and this was a nice break from all of that. So, Black Lotus. Track number 14, Frozen in Time. Frozen in Time, as you can tell, it sounds very different from track 1, like Rip Me Apart, all the way down to One on One. It sounds very different because this was the time where I was writing probably 5 to 6 song ideas a day and just experimenting with different ways to sing hooks. But that's how Frozen in Time was born. And Frozen in Time is really about feeling like you're frozen. There was a movie I watched, I think it was called Accepted, where the guy was standing in the hallway and he was still, but everyone was moving really fast. And yeah, that's what Frozen in Time is about. It's about feeling like you're frozen and everyone around you is just moving on with their life and doing great things, and you're just sitting here like, I'm still cleaning up my Nature Valley bar. The last and final song of Ghost Gardens is called Clouded. Clouded was a very experimental song. Honestly, sounds more like a Pluto tape if I'm being totally real with you, but I'm still really proud of the song. If you listen to the hook melody and you listen to the third drop in the song, there's a lot of really cool elements in that I'm starting to incorporate in more of my songs now. But yeah, Clouded is really simple. It's about a person in your life that you can't explain it. You can't be yourself around this person, whether you're in love with them or they make you feel really uncomfortable. You just can't be yourself and your mind is clouded. So that's what Clouded is about. But also, yeah, take a listen to the third drop because of the guitar lead. And that concludes the Ghost Gardens album commentary by yours truly, Almond Inaxio Cortez IV. I love you all very much, my fellow Plutonians. Thank you for listening to this album. Thank you for streaming it. Thank you for showing up to YouTube every week and replying to my weird questions, which I will never stop doing because they're funny. I love you all very much and thank you. And to many more albums and the merch, the hat, Ghost Gardens hat and t-shirt is out now. I love you all very much. Plutus out.